Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into a massive, frankly fundamental shift in residential design. We're moving away from homes that were built just to show off to guests and toward homes that are explicitly engineered to actively heal us. So if you've ever wondered how your living space impacts your actual biology, well, you are definitely in the right place. Let's get into it.
Just look at this quote from interior designer James Denton. It really shows how homeowners are completely recalibrating their priorities. We're actively opting for spaces that reduce daily friction and support our physical and mental recovery. It's really no longer about just filling a room with stuff, it's about how that room actually holds and supports you throughout your day.
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll be hitting 1. The new longevity home. 2. Neuroarchitecture and primal design. 3. Lighting for circadian health. 4. The contrast therapy circuit. 5. Next-gen hydrotherapy and steam. And 6. Editing is the new flex.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the new longevity home.
You know the old flex, right? Massive square footage, statement kitchens, all those unused bonus rooms. Well, we've moved completely away from that into a totally new era of luxury. Like San Diego Magazine noted, people are literally standing in showroom parking lots, agonizing over mattresses like the Sattva Contour. Why? Because deep spinal alignment and restorative thermoregulation are now way more important than mere aesthetics. We are shopping for recovery now, not just comfort.
Moving right along to Section 2, Neuroarchitecture and Primal Design. Okay, so here's the wild part. Your house isn't just a neutral backdrop anymore. Enter neuroarchitecture. This is an emerging field that uses actual biometric data, think heart rate variability and brain activity, to prove that our spaces actively alter our brain function. Basically, the height of a ceiling or the texture of a wall can literally change your immune function and stress levels. How crazy is that?
And that brings us to this vital biological concept called neuroception. Before we're even consciously aware of it, our bodies are constantly scanning the room for threats. Primal architecture takes that and puts your nervous system at the absolute center of the design. By using human-scaled proportions, natural materials, and indirect lighting, the space subconsciously tells your brain, hey, you're safe, shifting you right out of high alert and into deep relaxation. Now, a huge piece of this biological safety puzzle is tackling invisible indoor pollutants. Because buildings are so airtight now for energy efficiency, they trap microscopic particles from synthetic carpets and paints. The new wave is all about plastic-conscious interiors. We're consciously designing out microplastics by relying on natural fibers like wool and linen, and really prioritizing solid wood and stone right from the jump.
Which brings us to Section 3, lighting for circadian health.
Let's talk about the power of kelvins, which measure color temperature. We literally evolved to have the sun run our internal clocks. Warmer tones tell our bodies, okay, time to produce melatonin and wind down, while those cooler blue-rich tones sharpen our alertness. If you get this wrong, boom, your cozy bedroom suddenly has the unsettling, harsh vibe of a hospital corridor. So how do we fix it? Lutron's intelligent lighting ecosystem gives you complete control over this. First, you've got Ketra, which can automatically mimic the exact progression of natural sunlight from dawn to dusk. Then there's Lumeris for those seamless hidden linear accents, and Rania, giving you incredibly precise tunable whites through a tiny 2-inch aperture. Designers call this the quiet ceiling aesthetic. And since it's a native ecosystem, it seamlessly integrates without the messy nightmare of complex DMX or DALI control wires.
And honestly, as a totally amazing bonus to your health, this tech is incredibly sustainable. Lutron's automated systems use daylight harvesting sensors and super smooth dimming down to 0.1%. This can actually save up to 60% of a commercial building's lighting energy. 60%!
All right, let's jump to Section 4, the contrast therapy circuit.
This actionable 3-step routine is absolutely transforming spare bedrooms and tiny backyard corners into personal therapeutic sanctuaries. You start with heat exposure, shock the system with cold water immersion, and finish up with restorative rest. This specific sequence is celebrated globally because it drastically reduces inflammation, boosts your immune function, and triggers a massive natural spike in dopamine.
Now, you might be wondering why give up precious square footage for this? Well, check out this number. A landmark Finnish study boldly showed that frequent sauna bathing, we're talking 4 to 7 times a week, correlated with a staggering 40% reduction in all-cause mortality in males. Obviously, other lifestyle factors play a role, but the cardiovascular benefits of regular heat exposure are just undeniable.
And the hardware out there today is just next level. You have options like Sun Home saunas with their full-spectrum Equinox models,
and Clafs by Kohler featuring this brilliant underbench heating to maximize space. Then, for the cold plunge, you've got the ergonomic Kohler and Remedy Place Ice Bath. It chills the water down to a biting 39 degrees or heats it up to 104. We're talking clinical-level recovery brought right to your doorstep.
Let's warm things back up in Section 5, Next-Gen Hydrotherapy and Steam.
Hydrotherapy is way beyond just running a hot bath these days. It's evolved into a highly targeted muscle tension relief system. Technologies like Kohler's heated bubble massage literally use humidified air to envelop your body in what they call luxurious champagne-like bubbles. This gentle, full-body massage enhances relaxation, improves your sleep, and can even boost your skin's appearance.
Or, if you're more of a steam person, advanced generators from Kohler's Invigoration series or Thermosol's Pro series deliver therapeutic steam in literally 60 seconds. And what's wild is a 20 to 40-minute session only uses about a single gallon of water. Add some essential oils like eucalyptus to a Thermosol steam vection head, and you've instantly turned a standard home shower into an aromatic steam room that's incredible for respiratory health. Finally, Section 6, editing is the new flex.
We are actively moving from overstimulation to deep, deep intention. Instead of buying expensive compression boots and burying them in the back of a crowded closet, people are leaving tools like their Normatec sleeves right out by the couch. The whole idea is to remove the friction. When your wellness tools are accessible in an uncluttered zone, recovery becomes an effortless part of your day rather than a chore.
So here's a super simple editing checklist you can actually use today. Research shows chronic background noise spikes stress hormones, right? So just adding oversized rugs can dampen that acoustic fatigue. You can also double your biophilic design benefits by simply placing a mirror across from a live houseplant. Upgrade those HVAC filters to clear out brain fog and pollutants. And finally, designate just one specific chair for reading or stretching. It gives your brain strong contextual cues that it's time to relax.
This quote from interior designer Megan Ayukon Chong really hits the nail on the head. A true wellness retreat isn't just about the cool new tech you add. It's created by intentionally removing the friction, the clutter, and the noise from our environment. The most impactful shifts truly are the simplest ones.
So that brings us to our final thought. I want you to literally look around the room you're sitting in right now and ask yourself, is your home just a place to store your things, or is it an active engineered participant in your longevity? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this inspires you to intentionally edit your own space to better support your health, your recovery, and your happiness. See you next time.